All right, now unemployment among the youth has been described by President William Ruto and his predecessor as a ticking time bomb. Both governments have attempted various interventions with the affordable housing program, the most debated. And while Ruto's government is now pushing the labor export agenda, it is a widely accepted principle world over that job creation should be largely driven by private sector, with government responsible for creating a conducive business environment.
While the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics reported a 4.1% growth in formal sector wage employment and a 4.5% growth in informal sector employment, but that was in 2023, the Federation of Kenya Employers paints a bleak picture of the 2024 business environment. FKE putting the number of Kenyans who've been declared redundant that they've been notified of between 2022 and 2024 at 5,567. The real figure is much higher. This has, however, been disputed by the Central Organization of Trade Unions. CMC Motor's announcement that it plans to shut down its operations in Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania is the latest to spark fears of redundancy. Prior to that, there was Base Titanium and G4S, to name a few. In a country where 3.5 million youth are unemployed and not in education or training, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, this sparks fear. While the government is focused on creating employment opportunities abroad,
National employment, mimi ni chairman na kazi yangu ni kuhakikisha kwamba vijana wamepata kazi huko nje.
The Federation of Kenya Employers has sounded the alarm that the private sector is shrinking.
And this included low demand, liquidity constraints, rising costs, challenging tax regime, frequent legislative changes, a shrinking market, and a loss of competitiveness. These challenges have strained employers, reduced productivity, and hindered job creation. And they have also led to redundancies, closure of businesses.
The Federation of Kenya Employers putting the number of companies, its members, that have declared redundancies in the last 3 years at 57, and the number of Kenyans affected at 5,567.
This totality of factors has made it very difficult for employers to maintain the numbers of employees that they had. And I think it's also been in the public domain that more companies than I've talked about have exited this market.
That is propaganda of the highest order to instill fear in our negotiators when it comes to renewing terms and conditions of service. And 50 companies or several companies to move out of Kenya, you will know.
FKE has made several recommendations to the government to improve the business environment, including an end to the raid on payslips.
The employers appeal to the government not to introduce any new taxes that could burden businesses and increase payroll deductions.
Currently, the statutory deductions are being pegged on total earnings. Previously, it was pegged on the basic pay.
Other recommendations include honouring of collective bargaining agreements, among other measures.
Also ensuring timely payment of bills, including clearance of pending bills, strengthening accountability and transparency in budget making and execution to curb waste, fraud, and abuse.